These are the 15 most expensive, rare, and in-demand variegated plants. First is variegated black cardinal. Is the extremely rare variant of the well-known black cardinal cultivar, and it may be the most beautiful variegated philodendrons out there. Next is caramel marble. This large type philodendron has a broad, flame-shaped leaves that sometimes throw random marble patterns. It got a name caramel because of its caramel-colored new growth. Next is variegated Monstera adansonii. Is famous because of the unique variegated foliage with holes. Next is variegated bilitei. Is the famous variegated plant in the Philippine plant market featured by the celebrity Aubrey Miles. It is a hemiepiphytic species of plant in the genus Philodendron and is known especially for its distinctive orange-yellow petioles and wavy leaf edges. Next is variegated red and green Congo, a climbing aroid with red and green pointy leaves with white or yellow variegated blotches. Next is Ruho Congo, a low-maintenance variety that has strikingly large, glossy, burgundy to green foliage and stems with red and green variegation. Next is variegated golden bipennifolium, also known as golden violin. It is a climbing philodendron that positively glows with neon yellow young leaves, and the exaggerated lobes give this plant the name golden violin. Next is variegated domesticum. A showy fleshy arrow-shaped leaves splash irregularly with rich pale cream. Next is strawberry shake, the variegated form of the popular variety red emerald. The color in the stems is usually dark red, while the leaf coloration is usually green with a beautiful palette variegation ranging from bright white to cream to pink to deep red. Next is Florida Beauty. It is a beautiful philodendron sporting so much color intensity. The leaves can be anything from solid neon yellow to deep green. The foliage begins bright lime green and often fades to dark yellow at maturity. Next is variegated Monstera brasiliana aurea and Monstera albo. These plants are recognizable by its large, glossy green and white or gold leaves with deep splits and holes. Next is variegated Millinonii and variegated Orlando. And lastly, variegated Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, an extremely rare variegated tetrasperma, also called a mini monstera. These are just some of the highly sought-after variegated plants, the dream plants of many collectors. Variegated plants have less surface area to photosynthesize with and produce the sugar they need for growth and repair. Hence, they usually need more light compared to entirely green plants and typically grow much slower. And in order to grow them healthily, they need to be cared for properly, which requires a certain level of skill. The stronger the variegation in a plant, the slower it grows, hence, the longer it takes to propagate. The variegated plants you see in the plant market are all cultivated, meaning they have been bred by humans to maintain the variegated coloring. This is the basis of why they are currently so sought after and pricey. Yes, the demand of variegated plants is incredibly higher than the supply. If you will get a rare variegated plant that is tough to find, it will cost you much because the value of the matured specimen of these plants ranges from 30,000 to 500,000 in Philippine peso, depending on size and how heavy the variegation of the plant.